Hello everyone, my name is Steve Samuel from Design Visionaries, and this post is dedicated to the isoparametric curves, the blend curve on surface, and the trim commands. So as you can see, I have an orb here. Well, it's not an orb, it's kind of a revolved shape, and it was just revolved from a simple sketch that's 300 high and 160 with this nice little spline. So I revolved it. And what I want to do is I want to make kind of a hatchway out of this thing. I want to make a cone hatchway. So I'm shelling it out with a 5mm shell. Let's push this over here. Say okay. Shell it out. And what I'm going to do now is go to the curve function, and I'm going to do something called an isoparametric curve. So each surface that you have in NX is rectangularly parameterized. It has a U direction and a V direction. And as you can see, I can place points on a surface that show me where the constant U is or constant V parameterization. So I want a curve there, hit apply, and I want another curve right there. This is going to be the top and bottom of my hatchway, and hit apply. And then I'm going to switch to the V direction. Select the surface, and I'm going to put a curve there that goes all the way down. Apply, and one more curve right there. So this region right here is where I want my little hatchway. So what I'm going to do next is go to a option that not a lot of people know about, and that's blend curve on surface. Blend curve on surface. So the way it works is you can create a fillet or a chamfer. I almost invariably use the fillet when I'm doing this. And you select two curves, like this one and this one. And you select a location for the curve to interpolate a fillet. In this case, I want exactly 30. So I hit apply. Nice. I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, 3 clicks. Apply. Do it once more. 1, 2, 3 clicks, 30, and 1, 2, 3 click. And there we have it. We've got 4 fillets, but these fillets, or these blends, are right, they lie along the surface. So that's really great. The next thing I'm going to do is an offset in face. The offset in face allows you to do constant offset or variable offset. In this case, I'm going to do a constant offset, and in order to proceed, you select the curves that you want to offset. You select the face that is going to, where the curves are going to be offset on, so to speak, and we want a direction method. We could do chordal, or we could do arc length. So arc length is a little bit more pure in a way, because what this is saying is if I walk along this surface, I'm going to get the 12mm that I'm entering here. Whereas if I do chordal, then I'm taking a straight line path from here to there, so it's not as pure in a way. So anyway, I'll say okay there. Cool. And so now I'm going to use the synchronous modeling offset, and I'm going to say region boundary faces, and I'm going to grab this little piece of geometry and type in -10, and that gets me a hole that goes all the way through where the walls are perpendicular to the surface at those locations. So that's really neat. And then I'm going to do a divide face. I'm going to divide the face of this revolved shape with these outer curves. So now I have this as a separate face, and now I'm going to do one more offset, and I'm just going to offset a single face because this is a nice big single face here, and I'm going to give it some nice offset like this. There you go. So the shape around the hatchway is now thickened, and finally, so it can be machined, I'm going to put a generous blend, a blend that's bigger than the offset in here, so I don't have to get into a sharp corner with the machine tool. And so there. So there you have it. The only sketch that I've used is a sketch to establish the original shape, but everything else has been these curves that are available in the derived curves and in the more. So this is very, very powerful, and the fact that you can use this blend curve on surface to do trimming is pretty incredible. Now, while I'm on the subject, I'm going to show you one more thing. Do a curve on surface. Okay, how does it work? You select the surface, and then you go to the points, and you can specify points like that. Apply. I'm going to do it again. Specify points. 1, 2, 3, let's say. Apply. Specify points. Like that. Last one. So there we go. So if you've got curves like that, these are arbitrary curves on a surface, then you can use the trim. I just wanted to show the trim curve. So the trim curve says select the curve to trim, that's this one. Select the bounding objects, that's this one and this one. And then make sure you're keeping the thing in the middle. So there you go. So I can use the regular trim operation on curves that are on a surface as well. Just wanted to show that. Again, curve to trim, bounding curves, this one and this one, and apply. And finally, to trim off these little amounts, I'm going to select curve and select bounding object and keep. Again, curve, I'm selecting the stuff that I'm going to keep, bounding object, okay, curve, bounding object, and curve bounding object. There. And so now that I've done that, I can again go to the offset region, do the region boundary faces, select that as a boundary. So this way I don't even have to do a divide. And then I could do that. And then as an alternative, I could blend these corners. This is not as pure though, because the fillet that I'm creating is not defined as something that lies on the surface. So, but, you know, this is another way to accomplish something similar. There you have it. Nice ways to make hatchways using the curve on surface and the blend curve on surface. Again, my name is Steve Samuel from Design Visionaries. If you can, please help us out by liking and subscribing. We love to do these kinds of videos, and it seems like our user community is growing. I get some wonderful questions and some wonderful comments that allow me to gauge what people would like to see and hear, and I appreciate you giving me the privilege of creating these. Thanks again.